G'day everybody, it's good to be with you once again. Another week down, another week closer to a post-COVID season, and we're not quite sure what that looks like, but my hunch is it'll gradually return to normal over time, although there will be some lessons and some protocols and so forth for the better, which will become part of our lifestyles, and that's a good thing. I'm aware as I call people and visit and drop in and so forth that many of you are feeling a bit frayed around the edges with all this lockdown and how long it's gone. And I understand that. There have been moments myself when I felt a bit overwhelmed with it all, thinking, what do we do now? What do we do when there's just another 2 weeks to go and then another week to go and nothing much seems to happen? And I was a little bit disappointed last Sunday when the Premier's announcements probably didn't give us as much relief or the easing of restrictions that I was hoping for and that you were hoping for. But hey, it is what it is for the time being, and I'm hoping for a little bit better this Sunday when new announcements are made about the easing of more restrictions. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, and I get it. I really do. Some of you are at your wits' end. A lot of us are zoomed out. We've had enough of Zoom meetings and what have you. But without our Zoom connections, we don't have much at all. And I'd encourage you to hang in with it. Your Connect group leaders who serve you, for example, they need your attendance. They need to see your face for them as much as they for you, and so on. I won't lie to you, there's been a moment or two in the last couple of weeks where I felt really overwhelmed with it all, and sat with a friend of mine during the week where he felt it was just so overwhelming he couldn't really go on. And the Lord reminded me of that time in Israel's history when the king of Syria was trying to attack Israel. But the prophet Elisha kept on learning through prophetic revelation of that Syrian king's plans and warned his king, and was able to thwart these attacks until one day the king of Syria said, what the heck is going on? Who's informing on us? And one of his advisors said, it's the prophet Elisha. He knows what's going on in your bedroom just about. And so the Syrian king says, well, let's capture him. And they go to Dothan, the city where Elisha lived, and they secretly surrounded the city. In the morning, Elisha's servant gets up and he's absolutely alarmed when he sees the whole city surrounded by horses and chariots, this huge army. And then he comes in and is almost hysterical, says to Elisha, Master, we're surrounded, by the enemy. And I kind of imagine Elisha eating his breakfast and saying, and not even looking up and saying, well, the army that we have outnumbers the army that you can see. And this must have perplexed the servant, but Elisha prays and says, Lord, would you open his eyes so he can see? And the Lord opened the servant's eyes, and he saw the hills were just full of horses and chariots of fire all around Elisha. Elisha could see in the spiritual realm what was really going on when things looked at their darkest. And as the people of God, we need to learn to do the same, to not look at circumstances. It's hard not to sometimes. We can be a bit like that servant and go into panic mode. But Elisha was completely content, knowing as he saw into the spiritual realm that God was with him, that God's army was far superior to any enemy army coming against him. A whole army seemed to get one guy to stop him from prophesying. And I think we should take heart from that. Although sometimes we can't always see to the spiritual realm, see what God is doing, we know that as God's people, he is working on our behalf and for our good. So it doesn't matter how dark this gets, and I think we're seeing a bit of light at the end of the tunnel, which is a good thing. But I'm asking you guys and girls out there to just hang on a little longer till we get through this. Support your Connect groups, support your leaders, support one another as you've been doing, and realise that in the spiritual realm, God is working to look after us and to keep us safe, no matter what the circumstances might say. So I want to encourage you with that today, to not lose heart, to realise that God, if necessary, will send chariots of fire to to thwart the enemy's attacks against us. Continue to pray. Continue to pray for each other and hang in there. This will end soon. I'm asking you to just keep at it a little longer until we get the breakthrough that we need. May God bless you this week as you look to the Lord, not to Dan Andrews or any other politician or to any other announcement. Look to the Lord. Keep your eyes upon him, and your heart will be filled with peace. May God bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and give you peace today.